All right, welcome everyone. It is the Shooting Game Weekly. It's back again. Well, who'd have thought it'd be back? And it's episode 130. And this week it's Kaikan. This is a Dojin, aka fan game, on the PC by Zakichi, is the creator, and this came out, I believe, in 2013. So we're gonna be checking out some cool replays, one credit clears, some scoring, and it's gonna be a good time checking this out. It's a pretty sweet game from what I understand, and today we've got a guest host also be co-hosting. It's beatsgo. Welcome, beatsgo.
beatsgo?
Yeah, and then so beatsgo, he's not responding for some reason.
Maybe he went to the restroom.
Oh crap. I thought he said he was ready.
Well, that's okay.
Well, okay, so then you also hear Emuser here. Emuser is the guest of this episode, so yeah, welcome, Emuser.
I'm honored to be here once again.
Always good to have you, and yeah, where did beatsgo go?
Great
I'm
question.
here.
Oh, you're
okay.
here.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Okay, so yeah, welcome, beatsgo. You'll be co-hosting the episode, and you guys will be talking about this. I don't know too much about Kaikan here, but
shame on you, Aquas. You should play this game more.
Yeah,
true. I mean,
it's a very.
I love me some medals, and this game's got medals. It's got 10K medals.
If you have any fascination with medals, this game is like crack. Basically.
Yeah, and not just small medals; they get really big at some point too, and numbers. So, I think what we like to talk about with this game is like what the heck is the scoring system on this, or like what's so special about it. For those who are not familiar with, like, let's say medal games, I guess, or coin collecting games, you would probably remember that other game we posted. What was that other game we posted that was developed by Mage?
Your mage?
Yeah, that bullet thing. But anyway, this game is all about this game's all about medal collecting. So if you're watching the replay right now, we posted on the stream. It's we have this. The point of the game is, in order to increase your scores, to collect as much medals as possible. But by doing that, you notice that we start like at, let's say, item rank G, and we try to raise it up to A. So by doing that, you have to kill as much A's as possible. At the same time, these items will be dropping medals, and they'll increase the item rank. So you're trying to bring it up to the maximum item rank, so you can get the max amount of points available from the medals. I'm not really familiar with the bombing strategies about this game, to be honest. But the reason why you want to bring it up to the highest item rank is, besides bring 1,000, when you do some, let's say, like bombing, the bombs actually create additional medals, but really special medals where they increase the score dramatically. If you could talk a little bit more about, I guess why would you want to use bombs in this game? Could you explain that a little bit more, Emuser, please?
Sure. So basically, if I recall correctly, all of the numbers I'm not 100% sure on because it's been a while, but when you're max out, like take for example, when your item rank is maxed out at rank A, each pickup or medal pickup that you get is worth 10,000 points. But say that you bomb, all of the enemies that are destroyed and any bullets on screen turn into giant medals when you bomb them that are worth 5 times the normal value, if I recall correctly. So if you bomb, every single bullet on screen becomes a giant medal worth 50,000 points each.
Oh, right. So a lot of the times you try to like not only bring your item rank at A, but you're trying to place the bombs in areas where it's like heavily congested with enemies. So let's say if there's like a shit ton of enemies on the screen, you would just, and hopefully at item rank A, you just bomb there so you get as much of those bigger medals to appear on screen. And I think with the something was mentioned in some kind of like document I've found. If the enemies are bigger, and the medals are getting bigger, way bigger as well, depending on the enemy size.
There was just an example of waiting to bomb for an optimal spot on the footage that was just showing a few seconds ago. For those watching that.
Yep.
So there's definitely strategies to killing things quickly. It's because when you kill big enemies quickly, smaller enemies will flood the screen more quickly. So you basically do that to get extra bombs, extra points. Sorry.
Yeah, and you'll probably notice that in the first stage, because that's where you really want to optimize as much as possible before the game really starts getting a little bit insane when it comes to handling enemy counts and bullets.
Oh yeah, like you notice pretty much from the get-go that there are lots of little Zako popcorn enemies to destroy. Pretty much at all times.
Yeah, but with this game, it's always a opportunity, like, hey, let me fill up my bomb, or let me have a good opportunity to get more points out of this section. And speaking of which, we haven't really talked about the bomb itself. So in order to get a bomb, it's basically medal collecting as well. So you really have to, if you in order to generate the bomb, you have to not only kill enemies, get their medals. And if I recall, I think if you get the bigger the item rank is, the faster your bomb recharges. Is that correct, Emuser?
I don't believe so. Okay. So I believe regardless of your item rank, any medals you pick up will contribute towards your bomb the same speed.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so I'm guessing the bomb gauge is the gauge that's on the left and the right of the screen.
Oh,
so
or what are we looking at here?
Right. So the gauges on the left and the right are actually visualizations for item rank. But the bomb at the bottom, the small purple bar, is your bomb bar.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to add a note about it, not only a good way to know if you have the bomb is if we see the ship, there's a bomb icon on the back. Also on the bomb is filled up too. So those are two indications you have a bomb available.
Oh.
Yeah, there are a number of helpful visual indicators in this game that we're used to seeing so many things at once that it may go unnoticed. But the bars on the left and the right are showing you what your item rank is, pretty much at in your peripheral vision. These giant arrows will appear when you're playing the game normally on the left and the right. And what these giant arrows are for actually are visual indicators to help you, to warn you that there are medals off screen to the left or the right while you're firing. So it's more of a, hey, there's medals somewhere over here on this side of the screen that's slightly off. So be careful, basically.
Just to help you make sure you don't drop the medals.
Right, because the way it works in this game is that you fire and medals build up. The moment you let go of fire, the medals get sucked in toward your ship. But there's a couple of catches to this, actually. So you have to strategically fire, then let go, and then make sure not to fire again too quickly. There's not a lot of footage we have showing this, but if you play the game, you'll probably see it all the time. But say, for example, when you let go of fire normally, the medals start going toward your ship. If you fire again before those medals get to your ship, the medals will dim a little bit as a warning. It's a visual warning to let you know that, it's gone down I guess, let's call it an attraction level. So if the medals are dimmed and then you fire again and then let go, then those dimmed metals will turn into like red tinted metals, which at that point, those metals will no longer attract to your ship, and their bonus value is gone for those metals.
Yeah.
So
If I recall,
there's
if I
a lot of
recall-
micromanagement in this game to just make sure that fire, let go, and make sure to keep the two in balance. And depending on the ship you play, it will vary accordingly, because certain ships like Type A and E, their subshots are extremely destructive and will keep destroying things for moments after the player's already stopped shooting.
Okay. So, I mean, go ahead. I'll let you go.
Oh yeah. Another note about the about Lego and try to get metals. So if you, let's say it's grayed out, it may actually you might not get the rank increase, the item rank increase, but if you collect them while you're trying to, not sucking them up while shooting it. Let's say if you're like metals like somewhere on the right side or left side, you try to move towards it. If it's grayed, you still increase the rank, but if you suck it in while it's grayed out, it won't increase the rank, if I recall correctly. So those are like little things you probably start noticing in this game. It's like that, like, oh, you better, for those you have like two choices. You want to collect them if there's nothing going on there, but if there is stuff going on, it's sometimes it would be like, well, I better just collect them and not deal with it.
So I let the video loop, by the way, so we're already a minute into it, if you're wondering.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I was going to ask about that because I just noticed that it had ended.
Okay, so a lot of stuff with the meddling. So, like, in the description of this game, they do compare it right away to Battle Garegga. Just like how close, how close is it to Battle Garegga? And maybe you can go on to talk about like the actual ship types and maybe what buttons and you're actually dealing with here.
Oh yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that this and Garegga are really comparable, because for Garegga you have to go fly over each metal you need to get, and
I guess it's like a little blurb here on this website where you download. It says it's like Battle Garegga in regards, especially the bosses. It references.
Oh, those. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I won't spoil it, but yeah, you'll see later.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll find out. It's pretty kind of similar, and there's some homage to other games too. Let's just say.
So what? Yeah, okay. So what are your basic gameplay like mechanics here? What are your buttons?
So you have a fire button which controls your main shot. All ships have the same main shot, just two forward beam-looking shots, and then their sub shot at the same time. So you have a fire button. You have a slow button, which will show you the hitbox on your ship that glows like a green and red color while you hold focus.
Okay.
And you have a bomb button for using your bomb.
Is the focus the sub weapon as well? Then or?
No.
Oh,
It's actually a slow down button.
yeah, it's like a Toho focus button.
So how do you use the sub weapon again?
The
Just
sub weapon
rapid fire.
is tied to your fire button.
Yeah.
But the focus button affects your sub shot differently depending what ship you use.
Huh. Okay. So you're always using your both sub and main shot with the fire button. Is that am I getting that correct here?
Yep,
Yes.
that's right.
Okay. I see. I can see it here. It's like you got your forward shot and then you get this yellow stuff going on as well. Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. Do we want to go over ships real quick?
Sure. What ship are we looking at right here? We're like 3 minutes 30 seconds into the video with the
Cool.
the yellow.
Yeah, so the yellow ship is actually, well, they don't have names in the game, so I guess we would just call them by the order they appear in. This would be Type C, yellow ship, and its whole kivat is using homing shots, obviously. If you focus shot, though, it's homing, you place like a target shortly somewhere in front of your ship, and instead of homing, your homing shots will focus on that point instead.
Okay, cool. So it's like a lock on, but you place it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Neat.
So type A, which is like a think of it as a straight shot, but with a little wide shot, which the 2 wide shots are. I think it goes to the 4 wide shots sooner or later. It's like orbs. It's like a what type of ship we could compare it to?
Judge Spear.
Yeah, exactly.
Think of it with like Judge Spear's explosive subshots. I think that's what they were trying to reference with the A-type ship, but that's the first thing that came to mind.
I was thinking of that. Was it the napalm variant for? What's that shmup from Cebu? But that I was thinking of that ship.
Viper Phase 1?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we're seeing it right here, like the green plasma.
Yeah, this is
whatever.
the Type A ship right here.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to be looking at Type E replay and a Type B. So we won't actually be seeing the other types, unless, well, I guess maybe we will in this video.
Well,
Yeah.
you already see it with this one, but
Okay.
For Type D, for example, that was a flamethrower type ship, but it's, the way that the subs shoot, it's kind of like spreads. So like if you're like maximum power, it's like four shots, but it's like very random, and that's considered like one of the more powerful ships in the game.
Yeah,
It's kinda hard
Type
to
E is probably my personal favorite, honestly. When you're holding fire, it has fire pillars that'll spawn on its sides. Unfocused fire, the pillars will go 180 degrees forward to back, and focused, the pillars will simply go 90 degrees forward to each side.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy weapon.
And it's really technical, actually, because you have to get close to some stuff, time your pillars to like land on a big enemy all at once, or even do some more specific things where you let the first 2 pillars come out unfocused, and then you focus the 3rd and 4th pillars so that you have a mixed effect going on, which is helpful in some spots. Type D is a lot of fun.
Yeah. What's this type you're saying with the orbs?
So this is the Type F ship. It's unlocked normally when you just beat the true last boss in the game. And as you can tell, the orbs block pretty much all types of shots that can income to your ship. It's pretty crazy. And it sounds extremely OP. It sort of is. But Type F is the slowest ship in the game. And because of how crazy its destructive shots can be hard to chain stuff sometimes. But also, if you are holding the orbs for too long and you don't let them come back to the ship, the orbs will eventually disappear. As long as you let them come back to the ship, they'll recharge. But if they disappear, those orbs are technically tied to your power level. So if you lose an orb, it's gone and you have to pick up another power up to get one back.
So it's like with great power comes great responsibility type of thing there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well,
That's
exactly.
true. Yeah.
Just like with the one other ship we'll be looking at pretty soon.
Oh, yeah.
So I think
you mentioned the chaining. So like ways you can drop the rank is dropping a medal and then also dying, right?
Yeah, if you get hit, we forgot to mention actually, when you are holding a bomb, it also acts as an auto shield.
Okay.
So if you get hit, then your bomb will disappear and it'll act as a shield to keep you alive, but your item rank will drop to minimum as well.
I see.
Yep.
So if you get hit, die, or a single medal drops off the screen, then your item rank resets.
Okay. And then do you have to does the rank like drop by 1 if you're not like collecting medals all the time? You mentioned like chaining. Like what's the chaining element with the medals? Or maybe you went over it already.
Yeah, you basically want to keep the item rank as high as possible at A. If you drop a drop or get hit, it goes down to G and it resets.
So does it gradually go down if you're not getting medals then?
Oh no, it just automatically goes to G. So you have to if you drop one, you have to go back up again.
So if you have it at A, that's the only way it's gonna drop down. Okay, it's not like you need to. It's not like you need to be always collecting medals within a certain like chaining opportunity or something. When you say chaining, though, that triggered me to think that you need to like collect medals all the time to keep it going. But no, it's just get hit or dropping a medal and that type of thing. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, right. You can never really lose item rank because you didn't collect a medal for a while. Realistically, because of the game this is, though, if somebody tried to be cheeky and just be like, well, I'm not going to fire at all just so I can keep my item rank, there's so many enemies that one's going to hit you, so you can't ever do that.
And there's enemy collision in this game too, so you have no choice.
Yeah, you really don't. Like the Zakus will just home in on you and you cannot. You have to shoot them.
What's with the count on the right?
Oh, that's medal counts. So, if during boss fights, that will count down, but you have opportunity to collect even more medals during the boss fight. You can see some of the parts of the pre-replay we're doing.
Okay. So I think we're probably Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of strats in the boss fights too when it comes to milking.
Okay. Yeah, this is a milking game, as we like to call them.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. If you play the game for the milkins, it adds like 8 minutes or so to the game.
I see. Okay, that's probably what they meant by kind of referring it to Battle Garegga, because in that game you'd often kind of delay the boss fights to get points and whatnot.
Yeah, it kind of way like that.
Okay. Okay, so we can probably try to get into some of the replays here in a bit here. But just in summary, it just seems like it's kind of like a cave-like, fairly traditional shooter with an emphasis on the collecting the medals and using your bombs on larger enemies to get bigger point medals rather than just the 10k ones. That's what I'm getting here. Is that a good little quick, like 2-sentence summary?
Kind of.
Okay.
Almost there. It's definitely unique in its own way, for sure.
Okay. Well, why don't we start one of the replays then?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Hagane's run. Is it Hagane or Hagane?
Hagane. I'm pretty
Hagane.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Hagane.
Hagane. Yep. Type E. Or so we're gonna get that ready.
Yep.
We've tasted a bit of the game there. We'll get into this replay. So, you want to preface this replay then a bit?
So, yeah, give me one moment, actually. It starts at 8 seconds for your reference, too.
Okay.
Because I was having issues with my video editor and just, crazy stuff. But this replay, I believe, came from the same time that there was a tournament or something with this game going on.
Okay.
STG Dojin. I think Wolverine was actually running it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because I remember that I got my PB during that week, and Hagane had gotten his shortly before that, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, you kind of put a bounty for your score, actually.
Oh, yeah. When I first... because the way that... I don't know how I came upon this game, or how I stumbled upon it, but basically in 2013 summer, I found this game, played it a little bit, thought it was pretty cool, but then I forgot about it somehow. And then about a year later, I found this game sitting on my computer. I'm like, hey, I remember this. Whatever happened to this? So I turn it on again and, kept playing it, still learning some stuff. And I was just like, holy crap, why did I stop playing this? So then I got kind of obsessed and started telling people on the forums to go play Kaikan. And there was a point where I even put a bounty down for like, all right, guys, first person to beat this score that I post will get some money.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think that lasted like 2 days.
Yeah, I heard that one.
The real answer to is not necessarily who won, but how they won. Because we already know who won.
Yeah.
Base Jamers, of course.
Based.
Yeah.
Which I would like to say thanks to him, we also figure out where the rest of the medals are in the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Medals was definitely a collaborated effort with a few people. So quick shout out, like I'll get some shout outs done right now to Jamers, Sea Star Flare, You beatsgo, and Nasty Wolverine for helping with medal locations. Because there's no stage select in this game. So, when you play stage 5 or stage 4, for example, you have one go to figure out where all the medals are, and then you have to play the whole game again to, inspect again.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to look at replays just to see, oh, there it is, or like, oh, I missed this kind of deal. So, yeah, it kind of sucks trying to get to stage 4 and 5.
Where are all the medals? Okay.
Here,
Interesting.
Where's the medal?
Okay. Well, that sounds like a good preface to me. Let's get into the replay, shall we? From 0.
All right,
Cool.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So, I guess the main story behind this one was that, if I recall correctly, Hagane was the only person that had beaten my score after I got to 1 billion. So he had posted a replay with this Type E footage we're about to see. And in my opinion, I think this is the most infamous ship in Kaikan.
Probably the most OP ship, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would definitely say that it's the strongest and the fastest. But because of how strong it is and how long-lasting its sub is, it can actually be pretty difficult or tricky to chain a few things. So like Aquas was saying earlier, there's definitely some responsibility to be had when handling this ship's power. I never spent a lot of time on this ship though, but if I were to take a wild guess, I think that 1.4 billion is possible to get with it.
I think it could probably match or even be in your current PB, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it can definitely beat my PB, because on the stage 1 alone, I can already get 20 million more with Type E than Type B. So, just because of how fast this thing kills stuff, he can just get more popcorn than any of the other ships, basically.
Yeah, kind of caravan-like. Yeah, because right now, typically a good, for example, like Type B, you would be about 8,000 at this point, but it's already 8,500.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'm not 100% sure, but I think that only Type A can generate enough bomb or enough meter for his bomb to both bomb back there and have a bomb for the boss coming up.
Yeah.
Because extra Zakos means more bombs. More bomb meter over time.
Yeah.
It doesn't...
It's always good to build a bomb.
Right. I don't think that there's too much variance between, how much bombs each of the ships can get, except E can definitely get a little more, and C gets a little less because C is pretty weak, unfortunately.
And C is hard to shoot sometimes too.
Yeah. It's interesting and awkward at the same time looking at C and watching its homing subshot go backwards.
So you can see Hagane is using his shot responsibly because he wants to like basically generate as much metals off this boss as much as possible.
Right. And this is definitely a kind of game where you take your time on bosses to destroy their stuff. Any part of a boss that's destroyed, those bullets will become metals.
Mm-hmm.
So he's taking his time to wait for the screen to get filled up and then either destroying a boss or destroying a boss part. When you kill a boss, then the bullets turn into super big metals. So you want the moment you kill the boss to be the moment where you can get as many bullets to fill the screen as possible.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Also, just a side note, you're probably wondering about those metals we keep mentioning about in this game. Those metals actually multiply your score. Those hidden metals, let's just say. So you really, really want to be at rank A for item, but also have a huge score. So you could probably see why we were paying attention to where the metals are when he's collecting those the actual metals, because you want to collect it at the bottom of the screen instead of when it first appeared.
Right.
Which metals are these? The end of the boss ones?
The hidden ones.
The hidden ones?
What's that pop up on the screen when you shoot at it?
They look like they're in the
okay.
shape of a shield, basically.
Okay, I think I did see. Okay, there's one right on the left. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So those multiply your score.
Yep, and it really comes to effect because you want to collect as much of those, but at a timely fashion so that your score grows dramatically.
So that's not something that's being tabulated on screen. That's something that's building up as you're collecting those to the game, the multiplier. Or
no, so like I just posted on the chat. So when you're at rank A, it's 200 times whatever your score is. Let's say if it's so the counter basically the metal count times the current rank. So you'll want to collect it at rank A, but if you're rank B, that would be 150. Rank C, 140. It goes down.
So that's so that's actually a single, when you grab the medal, it's actually a single cash in. It's not something that's like having a lasting effect.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So,
Got you. It's just a big point medal, essentially.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha. Is that a fire truck?
It kind of does look like it would.
That's funny. I never really saw it as that.
I don't know, just the rad in the rectangular shape, really.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a. Yeah, I don't know what to think of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a transformer fire truck.
Yeah, I'm sure that you've already noticed it, obviously. But the stage 1 boss and the stage 2 boss will both show off this effect of how the game spins, just like during boss fights. I just think it's a really cool thing that when you play Kaikan for the first time and you see the screen spinning, you're just like, oh wow, because you don't see that very often.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So that was one of the first things that kind of made me remember this game in a way.
Yeah, it is different, for sure.
Oh, just a heads up, your metal count decreases during a boss fight. So that's why you want to try to collect as much medals off the boss as possible.
Right. And even though the medal count does technically decrease, it is very slow. And see there, he just got about 2,700 medals, and that more than makes up for the fact that he's already lost like a few hundred medals.
Yeah, so just take your time on the bosses and get all the cancels and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just do things as fast as you can and don't let things cycle unnecessarily, basically. Because the final kill here is the boss's value times your medal count when you destroy it. So he'll drop big medals, then when the boss explodes, you get extra points for the boss's value times your medal count.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's all about the math of this game.
Yeah,
Really?
there's a lot of math, but the TLDR version of it all is shoot stuff, don't get hit, don't drop medals.
Yeah.
So the reason why he bombed there was to increase his item rank right away, because there's a part you probably saw he was riding over that actually produces additional medals.
Yeah, I've seen those like these little Meekless like things, right?
It's not ridiculous, but it's like a well of medals stuck that it's asking you to collect from.
Okay. When you
So,
shoot
like,
it,
here.
the medals come out. Yeah, there's
Yep,
yeah,
exactly.
okay. That's
Yeah,
pretty
you have to
satisfying.
hit it- you have to hit it with your main shot. Your subs can't hit those wells.
Okay.
So some ships are affected differently by it.
Yeah, he recharged a bomb and instantly there, almost.
Now he's waiting for the big bomb release right there.
Yes, that's
I will say the lake part is actually surprisingly tricky for like both getting good medals and not getting hit.
yeah, because those things that are on the water, they just pop up sometimes out of nowhere. So you have to be very careful where you're at and just pay
Yeah.
attention.
These enemy formations are moving insanely fast, so like it looked like some of them were going through the character. Are they not like active until they get down a bit, or was he just avoiding it and I wasn't watching fast enough?
He should have been avoiding it because all the
Okay.
enemies that are not like ground-based enemies have collision in this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like he was flying through the formations coming in from the back there, though. Alright.
So yeah, this part of the game, you should be like a good player should be around like 3.5 to 4.0 mil, or is it mil?
Huh.
You know,
I
420. Yeah, that's
Mil- 420 million.
yeah.
I hadn't
that's
watched this replay yet, but I didn't realize that you can just bomb that first spot and get medals. And it looks like he's going to be able to regenerate his bomb meter before the fight ends too.
Oh yeah, good catch right there.
So-
Oh, yeah, he did.
Wow. Hey, see, I can improve my score a little bit with that. This part's
Yeah,
tricky because the boss sucks you in the middle, and you're trapped in this little box thing. And even though it doesn't shoot that many bullets, it's kind of tricky to like figure out like learning how to get through that part without getting hit.
Yeah, spaces. It's a headache sometimes to deal with.
Yeah.
So I take it the
You
hitbox
definitely
is just
want-
that small green, that small center then, that green and red part.
Yeah, that's the hitbox that shows when you're holding the focus button.
Hmm. Otherwise, is it that like pink rectangle?
Well, whatever the ship design
Oh.
is there normally, I suppose.
Oh, okay. But it is pretty small. Is the
Oh,
take
yeah.
home there?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a pretty small hitbox.
Little game show music all of a sudden.
Game show?
Yeah,
I
game
don't
show
know.
music.
It,
Right.
it sounded suddenly cheery.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this game does not have on the what do you call it? On the topic of like music, this game doesn't have its official like own soundtrack.
Mhm.
I don't know where all the music comes from, but the one I'm fully aware of is the stage 2 boss theme is like the first boss in QP shooting, I think it's called.
Okay.
So sometimes someone will mention that, and I'm just thought it was funny.
Yeah. So one of the scoring gimmicks of this stage is after you destroy like one of those floating carriers, you have to keep shooting at it with your main shot, or to continue getting points from it. Oh yeah, speaking of which, in this game, this stage has lasers. Really fun lasers, let's just say. So
Yeah, this stage introduces some lasers like those. The first time that someone plays this, they will get hit by them.
Oh, yeah, they're really fast lasers. It's just like sudden too.
It's a huge contrast to most of the bullets you'd seen in the game at this point, where they're all slow moving. And then suddenly these lasers are just like, wake up, son, you're not done yet. So those just produce mini heart attacks whenever they show up.
Even for like people like me who played the game enough, it still catches off guard.
Also, ultimate reference right here.
Oh. We'll
find out.
It's the pre-Blackheart fight.
Which,
right?
yeah, which bullet patterns looks like it. I wonder where they got the inspiration from.
Yeah.
It's how it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'll just say real quick. You should have seen the look on my face. Because, there's a point in 2013, 2014, none of us even knew what this was. But you should have seen the look on my face when I was playing. I got here and I was like, is that a Blackheart reference?
Yeah.
And
yes, that's
lo
the
and
Vulcan.
behold, it was. Yep.
Looks pretty. Yeah, the sprites look great though in this game. It's very detailed.
The creator did a good job making this game.
Yeah. I'm very surprised. I was very surprised by it myself. Because I just remember for quite a while when I first came to know about this game, I was just telling everyone about it, just like for months, just like play Kaikan, play Kaikan.
I do remember that. In fact, it seems
I remember
ingrained.
there was another episode that I was on where I was promoting Kaikan again. Oh yeah, when I was on Bluish Resurrection, I was
Really?
like talking about Kaikan because I was still not over it.
I see.
Yep. But yeah, this is a scoring man's game basically. It's not difficult to clear for the most part, but for scoring, that's where like the main issue lies with like where the degree of difficulty in this game comes from.
Okay.
Because there's just a lot of not only bullets, but figuring out when to score. That's where it really matters in this game, and it's kind of tough on some people because it's like, I gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do that.
Well, it seems like you kind of you probably come up with like a bombing route too. I have to imagine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
It'll vary too depending on the ship you use. Not too much, but if you're Type C, like you don't have as many bombs that you get to use. So, for example, C would be different. D is a bit different. So I will say that in this game, I think that E is the best scoring ship along with D and B. But they all have their ups and downs. Like, I think that they all three sit at the top, but they have their flaws and their strengths, obviously.
Yep.
And E's flaw, other than its subshot strength, in my opinion, is that this level is really hard to do with Type E. Because you have things coming from all directions and looping around behind you, and having to worry about the end of the stage, all without getting hit.
exactly.
I see. He's got like 8 lives, I think, in the top right there. 7 lives. So I guess you you get scoring lives. I'm guessing scoring extends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are 2 hidden extends. There's one on the right there at the beginning of this turret wall.
Wow, this section's awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately he got hit though. That sucks.
Yeah. So which brings out his he got destroyed too. He got his item break back to G that time. Now
The
it's
stage
at
is, this is a stupid hard stage with this ship, despite how good it is. Not getting hit here is really hard. Which is why I had never been able to do like a better run with this ship yet. Because look, you have laser walls, you have turrets on the sides, you have more turrets on the sides shooting lasers. And Type E is a focused shot, so you can't really just, I'm Type D, I'm just going to fire kill everything.
Yeah.
That's Type D's strength, is that for Type D, Stage 5 is extremely easy.
Super easy in almost some respects.
Yeah. But Stage 4 is very hard with Type D, because it can't kill the big ships easily in time.
Oh, this looks fun.
So yeah, this is kind of like a fun game within a game thing going on here, where you don't, this is like an example of another issue with this ship. Because it's so strong, Hagane does not want to shoot during parts of this boss fight, because he'll destroy the boxes, which will block him from getting hit.
Yes. And there's like a special attack you really don't want to use destroy the boxes.
Yeah, like this, you need those boxes. You do not want to shoot at it, because if you try shooting at it, you'll destroy the boxes, and you're going to get hit probably.
And yet he still did.
Yeah, I don't blame him though. Like, I have not seen a perfect Type E on this stage before. Even though Kaikan did do a perfect Type E on the bosses, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, he did. But I don't recall he had like a high score run in the game though.
Yeah, I don't think he managed to do that. He definitely helped me with a few strategies in Stage 5, though. I remember when I was streaming this game a long time back, these side attacks were hitting me so much and I was getting annoyed. And he was actually giving me a few pointers in stream. First of all, seeing him in the first place felt like, it was like spotting a unicorn in the wild. But then he posted a video for the Stage 5 boss for like strats against it, and that pretty much was the final key to me getting 1 billion in this game.
Yeah, you really don't want to destroy anything. You just kind of, at this point, you're like, the flamethrowers at a lot of shots. That's actually good for like not canceling bullets, but like destroy the boss. The pads though.
Yeah. So there's actually like some crazy stuff about this fight where like if you die, because of how many bullets it shoots during some of its parts, normally when you die, your rank goes back to G, which would mess up like trying to bomb for stuff. But if you die on this boss, it's actually not a terrible deal, because assuming that you, say, leave one of its arms alive and destroy its arm in one of its 2 main attacks, your item rank will shoot all the way back up to A. So you don't have to worry about destroying the boss without an A rank or bombing without an A rank. And when you beat this game without continuing, you face a true final boss that we're seeing right here.
Oh yeah, this boss is awesome.
Yeah. So this also pretty much blew my face off when I first discovered this.
Yeah. So FYI, you get a 2,000 count bonus if you defeat the 5th boss and make it to the TLB.
Oh yeah, that's right. It shows on the screen too in big numbers. I'm so used to seeing it, I guess, that I don't really give it a second thought though.
Yeah.
So this TLB is literally throwing moons at you.
Yeah, This game gets crazy. It's pretty amazing. I don't know how the hell he missed to get clamped there.
Well, he had his auto shield, I think. Or maybe he was still invincible from when he spawned in, actually.
Yeah, you're probably right about that one.
Yeah, because if you die and you respawn, you'll technically have a bomb again. But he didn't lose it, so... Pretty sure it's just him still being invincible. But also, as you can tell, there are some surprisingly cheesy things you can do with the TLB that are like... They're so simple, I wouldn't imagine even trying to do it. Like going straight behind him during his first attack.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I have never been able to do like a flawless fight with this boss though.
There was a video of this one Japanese player who's able to do that, but there was another guy who was able to do that too, if I recall. Maybe it's what's his name? What's his name again? The one that he's the one that was assisting you with the scoring part of stage 5.
Sikraken.
Yeah, I think he posted up a video too showing that.
He got hit again. It was so close to he still got quite a way to go before it's over too.
Yeah. You guys find out about it. So
just kidding, there's one more boss. So we have a Doom fight in space, basically. I squealed a little bit the first time I saw this.
Almost the same, similar strats, but not really. Patterns are definitely different.
Yeah, I think the funniest thing about is that you can just go behind him during this.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I think you could literally. This is probably one of the easier no miss sections in the fight.
Yeah, in the bottom left corner, there's a safe spot during that attack. So, like I was saying earlier, like there are some surprisingly funny things to exploit for the last bosses. So if you take your time, honestly, like this isn't too bad to get through without getting hit.
A lot of macro dodging.
Yeah. It is kind of awkward in my opinion, but man.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I wonder if the guy who made this was aware of those things at all or not.
He probably was. He's like, screw it. We'll just let people exploit this game as much as possible.
Yeah. Heck, I wasn't sure about the fact that if it was possible to get a billion or not, but lo and behold, a magical digit shows up once you do it.
And look at that. It is there.
Yep.
That was a huge bonus. Damn.
Oh yeah, it gets big.
Yeah. And then on the contrary, your lives end bonus is very small.
But it kind of does matter if you're going for high score.
Yeah, like it still matters, like with all games, if you're going for like the highest score, but it's just kind of funny. Like lives are they're like pocket change compared to the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the end of Hagane's replay right there.
Cool. All right, we can just probably jump right into the Type B run, which you play, Emuser.
That is correct. And this was the one that I got during the Dojin shooting game tournament.
What year was that? Is that
2014? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Man, I played a lot of Kaikan in 2014.
Yeah, that was like almost like a reawakening in a way.
Yeah, I don't know how the game didn't catch on immediately, like when it was first out. But that whoever made the game, that guy's games are overshadowed like immensely. Like no one really seems to talk about him. Like Blanix is another one that I played earlier this year that he also did on Jamers' suggestion, if I recall correctly.
Cool.
And I don't like it as much as Kaikan. It's still decent, but like there's a really cool final boss segment in that game too. That was like completely not expecting. So that was worth it.
Yeah, it's still promoting this guy's stuff, man. It's pretty awesome. We should probably do a whole episode about it, about him.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know about the other games he's done, but he has a couple others, if I recall.
But yeah, definitely. Let me post a link to the game while we're at it, so we don't forget.
Right, because he has them all up on his website.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, so for this particular replay, what ship are you using this time?
So I'm using Type B as in Bumblebee. Which is ironic because my Discord photo is a bee on fire. I swear to God I didn't plan that.
Nice. All right, well, if we're ready, let's jump right into it, I suppose.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So this is the only ship so far that we hadn't seen any footage for, but Type B is like a standard, like all-rounder ship. If you use unfocused fire, then it just shoots forward. Or wait, no, it shoots
No, it's
all
spread.
Spread
It's
shot.
a spread.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you're focused, I think it's more concentrated, if I recall correctly.
Right, that's what it was. I had gotten mixed up just watching, because at first he only has 2 sub shots until he powers up. So once you power up, the difference is immediately noticeable. Right about here.
Oh, I didn't notice. So there are actually weapon power-ups. Okay, you just grabbed one.
Yeah, it's funny, like, there are weapon power-ups, but, you know, in the chaos of everything that's happening, it's just like, yeah, they're there.
Yeah.
But,
So do you get powered down when you die, by the way, then? Or
yeah, you'll power down 1 level each time you die.
how many levels are there?
If I recall correctly, there's
I would say 4, but I don't recall all either.
I'm pretty sure it is 4 because Type D earns 1 fire pillar each time it levels up, for example. So I'm pretty sure that it's 4 for all the ships. I had to stop and think for a minute because I was like, I don't know. I don't usually have to think about that. Also, I think I just missed a medal in the middle of the screen back there.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, you did shoot it right away, which I was surprised.
I don't know. Watching this again, I'm like, how did I miss that? It wouldn't be a replay for me without some silly mistakes, though. Like, I can do this amazing thing, but I can't do this one little thing.
Could be worse. You could keep missing the stage 3's extra life.
Oh, yeah. There's been some debate about how that one works, by the way. I don't 100% know how it works.
Basically, you destroy the rock, and you have to destroy all the small enemies that pop out of it right away.
Yeah.
And for me, it's bombing it. So that's the only way I could do it.
Yeah. And it is kind of weird. Like, it's actually not a huge deal if you miss out on that life just because of how small they're worth, like, at the end of the game.
Right.
So it's not so much like, oh no, I missed this one up. That really sucks. It's more like, God dang it, I've gotten this 100 bunch of times before. What did I do wrong this time when it doesn't show up?
Right.
Yeah. So every once in a while I'll play and it doesn't show up, and I'm like, aw. Same with the other one up in stage 5.
Yeah, so I just recall when you destroy the boss, whoever bullets is available, they'll turn into those really big cross medals. Depending on what your rank is, if you're rank A, they'll be really big. If they're rank G or something, it'll be really small. And if I recall, they also have they also affect your scoring as well as your medal, as well as your bomb. So sometimes it's really good to have rank A, so you can refill your bomb right away.
Right.
But in this game, it sometimes doesn't really matter. It really depends on, obviously the ship as well as when you're using it too.
But yeah, about this ship though, it's actually like I would highly recommend like anybody use this ship basically, because I wasn't playing this and expecting to get a PB or beat Hagane's score at the time I did this, but because of like this ship has solid damage, it has wide range with its wide shot, decent strength, and because its sub shot ends like the same time you let go, like it follows your own main shot. Your sub shot doesn't linger, so it's easier to collect medals too.
Good all around.
Yeah, it's very solid. Like I underestimated the ship at the very beginning of this game, and this was just like, yeah, it's okay, but there's better ships. When in reality, it's definitely like in the upper half of the good ships. So yeah, this E and D are, in my opinion, the stronger ships in this game. F, I think, is too slow. C is too weak. And A is probably... Yeah, A is like a weaker E that's a little bit easier to chain with, but weaker. So it's not as good as E, but it's not as bad as F and C.
Yeah, kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, E exists though, so yeah.
It is the bastard child of A.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we do have a couple minutes here to, if there's any questions people had, or if there's like another subject that we want to go over that we hadn't gone over yet. Just because this, I'm pretty much following the same strategy Hagane's following here.
What's the hardest part, would you say, about scoring in this game?
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
a general question there.
So, a very easy thing people will do, it's obvious, like, people will sit near the bottom of the screen. Here's a funny thing about this game, though, and it's not replicatable, and I suspect that it's an issue with, like, how fast the medals are flying at you. But if you sit at the very bottom of the screen and the medal gets too fast, there's a chance that the medal will clip through you and be off screen and you'll lose your rank. So when you're collecting medals, never do it at the very bottom of the screen.
In general, I think...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in general is like just trying to try and pay attention where medals are, because sometimes you're within all the bullets and all the actions going on the screen, you might lose count of maybe just one little medal that it's like at that core, but you forgot to collect it right away.
So, yeah.
Seems like if you're on top of things, you tend not to drop them, though. Like, I don't think I've seen any medal drops that weren't just deaths in these replays.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, neither of these replays do have a drop because of letting a medal fly away. But
just a matter of good control.
It is. Yeah, it's an experience that everyone will go through playing this game, though. But that's why they have those warning arrows on the sides of the screen. In what is normally just like the black space on the screen, see the warning arrows are like warning, warning, medals on the not fully on screen and are on this side or whatever arrow is pointing to.
Really want you to get those medals.
Yeah, really those things are there to be extremely helpful. Like, it didn't click with me right away. I thought that they were just like, I didn't think much of it because I was like focused on survival for a while. But no, they're there to like save your butt.
Okay, so Javers mentioned, stage 3's 1-up is killing all the bugs that appear.
Yeah.
Did we pass that?
Oh, no, it's coming up right here, actually.
It's right after this part of the riverbed.
Yeah, after the lake.
Nice lake. Oops, we bombed your lake.
So right here in this structure, there's that E flag.
Oh, cool.
And out of it, it's bugs. And those bugs travel really fast, so you have to time the structure of the rock really well so you can destroy it.
That happened a little bit too quick for me.
Yeah. Basically, the rock explodes. There's stuff in the rock, and then those things try to get the hell out of Dodge real quick. But if you keep holding fire, you generally shouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Because if you don't kill them all, you can't get the one extend. You can't get the one extend.
Yeah. So, and I don't think there's anything particularly special I do against this boss with this ship here. But there is a fun thing that D can do. I wish I had footage to show, but I don't. So, we've been seeing those side pod thingies that you destroyed. D is the only ship that can hit those side pods when it's gridlocked in that box zone thingy the boss does.
Oh, jeez.
So if you leave them weak and you use its fire pillars to hit these side pods during that attack, you can basically nullify those bullets it shoots, and you just sit there in the middle. It's just like, like right here. You would shoot fire pillars, those side pods get destroyed, and you're basically like, those bouncy things are not even there anymore.
Okay.
So D just gets like a very safe, easy way of dealing with that attack. That you do lose out on a little bit of points, but like, it makes it so much easier. Fire blessings, I guess you would call it.
So it seems like in general, like as you're breaking the parts off, the boss tends to change up its attack.
Right.
Stuff too.
So when you destroy both of its pods and then it finishes that box attack, it uses this angry mode thing where it shoots 2 streams forward very fast with miscellaneous shots like on the sides.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that.
So these are the big ships beatsgo was talking about earlier, where the big carrier ships, when you shoot them, you want to keep shooting them with your main shot. And you may see those numbers flying out of those ships.
Oh, Battle Garegga reference to the cloud stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
This whole stage is basically a Garegga reference.
I
find some Dodonpachi references too in this stage as well.
They look just like the ships from Garegga there.
Well, it's the big carrier part too that I'm like, oh yeah, lasers and
okay,
crap ton of bullets. Yeah, that part might be tricky for some with the auto lasers popping up. That part can get a little tricky for some new users. Really, just a lot of tapping there.
The Darius search lasers are not very often in this game, but they do exist. Like those.
the ship that comes up, those are the side lasers, and yeah, that part gets tricky too.
Oh, yeah. It's really important that you destroy those big middle ships as quickly as you can, though. Because if you do, a lot of small enemies will come out.
Yeah. Plus, you got seeking lasers. They come from the side this time instead of
Yeah. The way it
around.
shoots, it's like seeking lasers and a flurry of forward shots, makes it very annoying to deal with.
Oh, don't forget the turret lasers in it too. It just it's a rude awakening.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good way of describing like that part of the stage.
It probably is like probably one of the run killers for a lot of players because it's just relentless in one single go.
Yeah, I know for me, it ruined a lot of runs with the Type D fire ship a lot.
Yeah, consider it's a slower ship. Yeah, it definitely.
It's slower, but you also have to hug it with your own fire pillars to kill it more quickly. So it's very dangerous. But it feels so satisfying if you get it.
The dodges.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, you could practice Blackheart with with escape.
To a certain extent, that's true. It's kind of funny. I will say, though, that Garegga Blackheart is still more difficult, in my opinion. Because no matter how many times I used to play it, it would always seem like its sweeping attack would always, like, right when I think that he was, like, done, like, he just, I don't know. He would still be catching me off guard.
Right. Sometimes those layers, the turbo moves. Sometimes it wouldn't move, but in this variant, it's moving the whole time.
Yeah. Oh man.
Remix. I like the beats there at the end.
We never figure out that particular music after Garegga's stage.
Yeah, if you pause the music, like, or if you pause the game, like, when the stage clear music plays, you'll hear that little tune, but then there's, like, this weird second extra tune that plays, and I've never figured out what that's about. Never could figure that out.
Maybe I should put a bounty for people who can figure that song out for us, because I really want to download the song.
Oh, did I not include it in, like, it's not in the zip file I had.
No, it's not there, so always wonder about it.
I never thought to include it.
Oh,
I may, like, re-upload that and just call that file like Enigma or something. Because I do not know what that is. But this is another example of why this ship is so good, because unlike Type E, like, he doesn't have to worry about the ships that are, like, wrapping around from the sides and coming behind it. It just holds its wide shot and kills all before they become a major problem. And it has the strength to kill, like, some bigger enemies pretty quickly still.
So why do you avoid the first wave right there before bombing?
So, because I wanted to wait a little bit to get more Zakos with my actual bomb.
Okay.
Because the 3-line wave that came after them lasts long enough to where you can, like, have bomb out the entire time those extra enemies are coming out.
Ah, I see.
So, yeah, it was a very risky thing because they are very fast moving and they home in on you. So it's just dodge, get out of the way, very quickly bomb afterwards.
Man, I'm just thinking of Gradius now with this.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't be a replay without missing the medal on the right. Yeah, that's another medal. I'm like, why did I miss that?
Yeah, it really does add up in the long run.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, most of your replay like 1/3 of your replay is all about the last boss.
Oh wait, what was that?
I think like 1/3 of your replay is the last boss. The last boss of the TLB. The more I think about it.
Oh yeah, like it's like 8 minutes, and you get like 300 million on these bosses, or even more, just on these bosses alone.
Yeah,
It's definitely more.
I did notice too that there's a small number by some of the parts to indicate the damage done. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's pretty helpful.
Oh yeah, that's a very helpful thing too. Yeah. So when you're hitting boss parts, there'll be a small number to it indicating its health left. Bombs do not hit the entire screen, only the area that the bomb's visibly showing.
Yeah.
Also, I stood still and took that for no reason.
I hate that.
Fun fact though, that's not actually going to impact my score at all.
Does it affect your no miss? Because I know I think there's a no miss bonus where it's like not only you get no miss for one boss, you get it twice because there's 2 bosses that appear.
Actually, Sick Raken already showed this video. The no miss bonus for this whole stage is only 5 million.
Oh, that's not that much.
No, it is not. So yeah. But the reason that death was no big deal, or that auto bomb either, I'll just go back to A rank doing that.
Yeah, it's crazy amount of medals you get.
Yeah. So it's like
Spawn here, and then yeah.
Yep. I killed it a little bit too early, but it was still like 10 million right there.
Yeah, it's all about the medal count. Really get that thing up there so you can get those huge bonuses.
Yeah. The wings technically do have collision, like just not like on the outside edges for some reason. Just so people know.
And you have to kind of be careful how much damage you put on the actual boss here, because you probably remember from the last replay, you don't fully destroy it.
Right. So once its health goes down to like 1/3, then the next form will appear. I'm trying to remember what I messed up here, because I'm like, this is looking like fantastic so far. Where did I go wrong? Because if I got another bomb, like my score would be quite a bit higher. But what were you about to say?
The nice part about destroying the wings, one of the patterns where it kind of like waves out and tries shoots everything at you. It doesn't. It just, if you destroy one of it, the only side that's showing towards you is it's the opposite wing.
Yeah,
I remember now. That's right.
That looks tough to manage there. Jeez.
Yeah, the multiple planet or moon things it throws at you is definitely its hardest attack. And here, I'm just opting to like kill it with bombs and suicide because the count is basically more important than anything else at this point.
Yeah.
I was like, I can still beat Hagane, but I think the only way I'm going to do this is if like I just spam it with bombs right about there. I'm just like, all right, suiciding, bombing, let's do this.
You do get a bomb after you die, I see.
Yeah, and see, the count doesn't really get affected at all.
Technically, the count goes up a little bit because of the bomb.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah. So that's pretty much the end of that my replay too. Man, the ending theme is really good though. Whenever I finish a replay, I usually just let it play out because it's like so satisfying to hear after you got done playing.
Fairly short. I mean, it's a good length game, like what 23 minutes here or whatever.
Yeah, so
Good
if you're milking everything, that was like what 23 minutes or so. So if
Yeah,
you're
not
playing
bad.
for survival, then it's even shorter.
Yeah. You probably could cut it towards like 20 or even 19 minutes. So it's actually a fairly short but good game to, just get your teeth sink into it.
Shout outs to Gomazo, by the way, the assistant, and these people.
Yep. Shooting game. What's a fun shooting game builder? That's interesting.
Yeah,
I think
I've seen a few games that use that system. Even a couple on Steam, like Battle Crust uses shooting game builder.
Battle Crust?
Yeah, if you've never heard of it, you should actually look it up. It's like
It's a great name.
yeah, it threw me off because I never heard about it, and then I think I saw it on Jamers' wish list or something, and I was like, "What is this?" And it's basically R-Type meets vertical shooting with no checkpoints. Is the best way I could describe it.
Ooh, no checkpoints. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I posted the link for anyone who's kind of interested. For it.
Oh yeah, cool.
Man, Battle Crust.
Yeah, it's not too expensive though, and it was another game also made in the same way.
Interesting.
Shooting game builder. It has the same like the whole like there's no stage select thing, which I can see like why it'd be an issue for some people, but I mean, I had so much fun playing with Kaikan, I didn't mind at all. It was just a matter of like inch by inch learning all the little things and just making steady improvements.
Yeah, so
the game's not long at all, so it's like it didn't bother me.
Yeah, so like that's the question. Like how much time did you spend playing the game and whatnot to get to your level and all that?
So I played a lot of shoot 'em ups before Kaikan, obviously, but in terms of Kaikan, I got to 1 billion in like 2.5 weeks. And
maybe a few hours each day or something like that, or
oh yeah, I would stream this game. I would keep playing after I was done streaming, so definitely a few hours each day.
okay. So
We're using
I want to ask you also. So, do you have the world record for the game now, then, or?
Oh, I
We
guess
don't know.
it would be called as a best known score because
Okay, yeah.
I haven't seen a video where it's higher yet. I don't like to like say world record because I don't do enough research to make sure that like people in another country haven't posted a higher score or something.
It could. Okay, gotcha. Understandable.
Yeah. Same thing with like Bluish Resurrection. I call it the best known score at the moment.
It's a good way to approach it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because no one posts much about it. I even check Twitter, I check other parts of the what are there to no one talks about it. It's like a fairly unknown game. And
Yeah.
surprise still to this day people don't really talk about the game that much.
Yeah. Like for stuff that's a little more obscure like that, I would find it weird to like call world record, but like I didn't even cross my mind until you said that right now, but technically it might be world record.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I know
maybe
that there's
we'll
still
get some new
improvement.
players here.
Yeah, but I also know that I can definitely improve on it, so I'm not
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is a world record. Come at me, bro, because definitely people could beat my score.
Yeah.
It'll be hard, but I mean, there are definitely like some improvements that can still be done.
When there's little competition, sometimes it's easy to settle for what you think was a pretty damn good score, but could still be better.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
It seems like
And-
that's kind of a thing sometimes.
yeah, that's true.
It's like, do I really want to spend like a shitload of time like no one else is gonna bother, or But as long as it's fun,
Yeah,
it's all good.
and that's exactly what it was. Like, it wasn't like I didn't see it as like extra, like wasting time or like putting in extra effort or anything. It was just I'm just playing the game anyway, so no biggie.
It does look pretty fun.
Yeah, it's definitely like if you're metal crazy, then it's just like it feeds into your soul.
The metal craze.
Yeah,
Your soul's gonna be zero layer full of metals.
full metal chainer.
Yeah. Really, because that your mentality changes a little bit too. You're thinking like it's all about try to collect the metals in such a unique way that you get all of them. You just try to output as much metals as possible so you increase that count as high as possible.
Yeah,
Really, it's almost like a game change. I feel like the game itself is almost game changing in some STG way. You could say, just feels very unique compared to most other shmups out there.
Yeah, I will definitely say that. Like, part of the aesthetics and like just the way that, even though there's like some black screen areas, they use that space to show like helpful bars or like warning indicators. So like the aesthetics help it stand out a little bit. I like the soundtrack a lot too, but like it's just, to me, it's a very visually pleasing game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I liked watching it.
It's fun. It's a fun game to look for sure.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, do you ever recall if you could tape the game at all? Tate the game?
No. The game runs in like a box window format.
Ah, I see.
Unfortunately, yeah. No tape here.
Oh, pardon me. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, because when you try to run full screen with it, it doesn't automatically scale to the screen size. So it's running the game properly on your computer can be a little iffy sometimes.
Well, for me at least, when I ran it full screen, like it'll box out as much as it can, but then there's like actual black borders to the side of this game's black borders, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's weird that I had to describe something as additional black borders next to black borders. But there's a shmup for everything if you look hard enough.
Yeah. Well, those black borders are kind of actually useful apparently in this game.
Yeah, that's true. There's useless black borders next to the useful black borders.
Respect your black borders.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Oh man.
Because sometimes they do have something for you.
Yeah, the fact that this guy used that extra space for anything else though was really cool though. Because most games I've seen that have like borders on the side will just have artwork or like nothing usually.
I thought it was pretty classy.
To, like,
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
He found a way to like, for example, the warning thing. This game would be so much more frustrating without warning indicators.
Yeah, I was noticing those. Those seemed very helpful. The little reticles, the red reticles that appeared to signal formation coming in. What game do I remember that from being most prominent? I don't know. Like multiple shmups have used some stuff like that. I think Eschatos does some stuff like that.
I think so too.
That's all I can think of right now.
Eschatos, stage 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does like those like purple trails to show like where they're gonna come. That's really really nice.
Yeah. Those things would be like a living hell without those things.
It would be, because it's just all sudden.
Yeah, Jamers just said Aero Chimera uses it too.
Never played that. I don't know that game.
Oh, that's another good game.
Oh, Aero Chimera is a very significant game to me, actually.
It's
Wait, so you don't know what Aero Chimera is at all, Aquis?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it. No.
Oh, so what you should do shortly, Aquis, is get Aero Chimera and play it on like novice. And I did say novice. Just play like, don't play normal, play novice.
Okay.
Just
It's a PC thingy?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
yeah.
Cool.
yeah, it's infamously difficult.
Oh, wow.
I think I'm still the only person who's beaten normal, actually.
Alright, well, that sounds
Oh, man.
interesting.
Man, that'd be. Oh,
Oh, that
jeez.
would be like another episode right there to talk about this game. Jeez.
That's
Maybe.
true. That's possible, and oh man, like, yeah, I can't get started on Aero Chimera right now. Like, I can talk about it for a while.
Yeah, we're coming up on time here. It's been about an hour and a half on the episode.
Yeah,
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm glad we got to check this out. This is pretty cool, and maybe we'll get a small resurgence of people checking it out. And of course, we'll have the download link to the creator's page, Zakichi's page with his other games as well. If you guys want to check those out, of course, along with this one. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
good stuff. Good stuff. Any final thoughts?
let me think. Was there anything else that I missed out on? I already did shout outs to like other people for metal locations, some strategies, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess to thank you and the rest of the STG Weekly crew for having me on again.
Yeah, always good to have you.
Yeah, it's always fun. What I'm trying to remember, what was the last thing I did before this? Was it Barf?
Jeez, that sounds right.
I
But
think it was Barf.
Maybe Feveron. I don't know.
I don't. Yeah. I don't remember which came first.
It's been too long.
Oh no, Feveron was before I got the All 2, actually, because I was on there. I hadn't played it in a while, but I think they just needed more people to talk about it.
Yeah.
But then later on in the same year, I got my All 2 replay with AB4, which was, by the way.
Craigasm. That's like
exactly.
the audio Craigasm.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Hey, no man, I don't know if I want to ask you if you've played the PS4 Feveron. It's just kind of going off the tangent here.
Yeah, I don't have a PS4, unfortunately.
Oh man, you gotta check that out, man.
Yeah,
Well, I want to too.
Now that you reminded me that that's a thing, I'm like, damn it, maybe I need to get one.
Oh, I just cost Emuser $400.
Possibly, this is possible.
Oops.
Let's just say the sidebars makes the game so much helpful.
Sidebars.
Yeah, there's sidebars. It's really good.
With like
sidebars.
lots of info and whatnot. It's an M2 goodness.
Oh, I was gonna say like the Garegga on PS4.
Yes.
Oh,
It's pretty awesome. You should take a look at it.
Holy crap! Because I haven't looked at it. I heard it was going to go to PS4, and like I just kind of forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, wow. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we're trailing off here. So that'll be STG Weekly episode 130. Kaikan. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get it? Try out. Love it.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
Go ahead and give it a shot if you never have, and you're obsessed with metal collecting.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Till next time, people.
Later, everybody.
Yep.